So welcome to Local Legends. So what we're doing is we've been having local bands come in, all kinds of different bands. A couple weeks ago we had like a 12-piece a cappella band come in, and they were really, really interesting. And what we're doing is we're doing a set, like 45-minute set with the band, and then we do a Q&A. Because we always feel like seeing these bands, a lot of times they leave and we don't really get to talk to them, and a lot of times they ask whatever questions you want. But I have a lot of questions for them, so hopefully you'll have some questions too.
Thank you, everybody. That was a song called Sucker Train Blues by one of our favorite bands, a band called Velvet Revolver. Arguably one of the best super groups out there. Next song we got coming up for you guys is another original, a new original by us. We like to call this one Nepotism Baby.
You guys were amazing. Nice job. So I just want to tell you, so you guys are so good, and I enjoyed it so much. And you definitely you remind me of like Velvet Revolver and that kind of band. And I think that you're just as good as all those bands out there. And you have like the whole thing because you look that way too. And it just it's interesting because that part of it, like you look like a band. It was not only entertaining to watch, but you just looked cool like a band.
I mean, all of us are just kind of who we are naturally, but I remember when we were first putting the band together and looking for everybody, and we were trying out people, that obviously was a factor, like, oh, he looks like he's a rock and roll dude. Now, can he play the part now? No. Because that's the main thing. Like, if you don't have the chops, then...
Right. Yeah, like, you're going to say something about this, right?
Yeah, I just actually want to mention that this is just how we all look all the time. This is not for anything. If we just meet up for songwriting, we all dress like this, and things like that. And now I'm here playing with them, and it kind of feels like I've found my people. They all clearly have the look, and they also have the chops too.
Yeah.
Great job.
My name's Andre Jevnik. Clearly I played drums. I've been playing since I was 7. I'm the elder in the band. I'm 32. Here I am when I was 16.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Abe Sanchez. I'm the lead player in this band. I've been a part of Haunted Road, unfortunately, for too long. About 4.5 years, probably going on to 5 now. I was working at a deli in Hawthorne, and I've known Mike since high school. And even though we went to different schools, we had the same friends. And he gave me a call one day while I was closing up shop. I was mopping the floor, and he goes, "Hey man, we got a gig over in Ron Black's in White Plains. You know that place?" I go, "No." He goes, "All right, well, we need a guitar player." I go, "Okay. Originals or what?" He goes, "Yeah, originals." He goes, I go, "How long do I have to learn everything? Like, is it this weekend?" He goes, "No, it's in an hour." I was like, "Oh."
Dropped out of college and I was like, man, I really just want to do music. One way or the other, I want to make it work. I want to make it happen. So I connected with this guy here and eventually we scouted around. It's not easy to put together a band, let alone a band like this. But eventually we found people. We started putting music together and in the garage at Hunter Road. And from there, the rest is history. It's taken us to where we're at right now.
So I'd like to know how you guys write. How do you write your music? Is it all different? Does it start with a drum groove? Does it start with lyrics?
Sitting alone in my room and I start plucking out some chords and putting together a structure. And then I'll send it over to the guys and be like, "Yo, you guys think there's anything we can do with this?"
Like you're so used to playing that way, and sometimes, some guys, they don't change it up. But I like to change it up every maybe couple of years or even a year, just totally different setup. It just feels good, But I find with the angled cymbals, I get a better crack out of them, and my shoulders stay pretty. Part-time bodybuilder, so my arms are a little heavy here.
Are they? Rush?
Yeah. That was my whole existence. That's it. That was everything. And then I got heavily into like the gospel chop stuff, like all those guys, the church players, and that helped me kind of loosen up my playing.
G's a lot. It's my favorite guitar, it feels comfortable, and I learned everything I know from that band. Rhythm, lead, how to move on stage. He always had that like punk vibe to him on stage, and it was awesome. And so AC/DC for me, I love Johnny Cash.
Specific part to match this or that, although it was a great foundation. And then, so from there, playing Guitar Hero and Rock Band growing up, those were huge things that drew me to music. But I'd say when it comes to my top influences, it's gotta be, the classics like the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, Jim Morrison, Robert Plant, people like that. But I'm also a huge blues fan, like Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker.
Nothing, I just listen and I play, I mimic, I copy. And from there, I've been coming up with new things, just learning from everything I listen to and putting it all towards what I do now.
I'm coming back to Andre's point about how it's difficult to keep everyone in the same headspace. I wanted to ask you guys, how do you keep the momentum going? I know that when you first start a band, it's exciting. Everyone's going to do it because they're excited to do it. And then it comes around to where you kind of do it for a while and you're like, everyone kind of changes and everyone just, they're not really into it anymore. How do you keep yourselves together? How do you coach yourselves? How do you keep that momentum going?
That's honestly one of the most important and most difficult things about it, is because, no matter what you need, no matter what, you're always trying to keep the ball rolling, and when that ball stops, it's hard to pick it back up, and even harder to get it going again.
The way for you to make it past that is to keep pushing through it as it gets harder, and it is going to be an uphill battle, no matter what, as you kind of go through the journey.
What works for you, learning-wise? If it means like putting on a Bruno Mars song and jamming with your tuba or violin, and you're still learning, you're practicing, you're getting chops up, but if it's like learning pop songs or learning this or learning that, whatever works for you, don't worry about like, I have to do my scales, I have to do, you'll get all that in, but don't let practicing be this daunting, looming thing either. Find what works for you, how to learn, what makes you learn.
Well, you're somewhere already, and when you go somewhere else, you can say, "Hey, I played at Mike Risko music." You guys are great. What everybody said is this is a really nice feel, nice vibe, and you guys are awesome. And I do think if you work on this and you keep doing it, I think you guys could totally make it. You got everything that it takes there. So you sound great. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Great job, you guys. So yeah, take some pictures and follow everybody. everybody on Instagram and Facebook and follow Mike Risko Music. Merch too. Get yourself a t-shirt and everything else they have here. Thank you, Hunter Road.